Unleash Chiang. Why Chinese people cannot accept this disrespect. If one day a Chinese official said, if Texas won independence, we should really unleash Lincoln, how do you think America would react? Today, let's talk about why U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio's phrase, unleash Chiang, is actually disrespectful to Chinese people living in the United States. Hello everyone, I'm Stephen Lee, attorney in New Jersey. Today I want to talk about a phrase that has resurfaced in American political circles, unleash Chiang. To be honest, every time I heard this phrase, I feel a mix of emotions. Not because I like Chiang Kai-shek, I don't like him. Not because I have strong feelings about the Chinese Civil War, its history. It is because the phrase itself is so disrespectful to all Chinese people, including those living in the United States. Why? Let me take it step by step. 1. First, it's treating the Chinese history as a political toy. It's disrespectful. Unleash Chiang comes from a Cold War era American political slogan. It treats Chiang Kai-shek, the former president of China, like a dog, like a war dog on a leash, something that the U.S. could release at will to start another Chinese Civil War. But Chinese Civil War is not a toy. It matters to many people's life and death. Chinese history is not a prop on American political stage. For those of us live, work, pay tax, raise children in the United States, Chinese history is not just a word in the textbook. It is part of our cultural identity. It is the lived experience of our parents and grandparents. You can dislike Chiang Kai-shek. You can criticize his policies. But he was still a president in the Chinese history, a head of the state. To portray him as a dog, a war dog, in a cage, being let out of a cage carries an unmistakable tone of contempt. Let's reverse the roles. What if we say unleash Lincoln or unleash Hitler? Think about it this way. If one day a Chinese official say, oh, Texas won independence, we should unleash Lincoln and let him fight another civil war, how would Americans react? Or if someone say, the Middle East is in chaos, maybe we should unleash Hitler and give Israel a lesson. What would people think about it? Anger, confusion, feeling insulted. Isn't it right? They would think you don't understand American history or Jewish history. They would think that you are playing with their national trauma. Because Lincoln is the symbol of America, a president, a historical figure, not a weapon or for others to brandish. Hitler is a notorious figure of the World War II, not a tool for others to casually invoke against the Jewish people or Israel. But the same logic, the Chinese historical figures are not props for American politicians to use as attack dogs. The arrogance behind the language. Who gave you the right, the power to unleash? The word unleash itself carries a condescending tone, a master tone. It implies the U.S. can decide the fate of Chinese historical figures. Chinese history is a chessboard for the purpose of American strategy. Chinese politics is a tool for the American political stage or theater. For any community with cultural roots and historical memories, like a Chinese community. This is so uncomfortable. Chinese people are not overly sensitive. We accept facts, but we don't accept contempt. We don't accept this kind of disrespectful. We cannot accept others treating our history like a toy and our culture like a prop. We are not defending any political figure. We are defending the cultural dignity. Let me be clear. I'm not defending Chiang Kai-shek. I'm not speaking for Chinese Communist Party or the Taiwan or Chinese government. I'm speaking for the Chinese people, especially the Chinese people living in the United States. We work hard here. We build our lives here. We are the members of the society. We want respect. We want our culture and history to be respected. When a political slogan turns Chinese history into a weapon, it does not just offend China. It offends all the Chinese people in the United States. Why does this matter, especially to the Chinese American? Because we live here. We live between the two worlds, America and China. In U.S., we work, prove we are responsible here. We are a member here. In China, in the Chinese culture, we are the children of our heritage. We share the same roots and the same historical memory. In political discussions, we are often misunderstood, labeled, and treated as outsiders in both worlds. Okay, so when American politicians use a slogan like "Unleash Chiang," they are not attacking the Chinese government. They are belittling the entire historical tradition, the entire Chinese people. And we, the Chinese people living in the United States, need to we stand right in the intersection of these two worlds. We feel the disrespect the most. This kind of language is inappropriate. It disrespects the history. It disrespects us. You can criticize China, but don't treat Chinese history as your toy. You can debate you can debate policies, but don't use insulting languages. You can express your political stance, but respect our cultural memory, our community. This is not about politics. It is about dignity. If you agree with my perspective, please share this video. Let more Chinese people in America know that we do not need to stay silent. We can speak up. We can calmly, rationally, maturely speak up to remind the society that respect goes both ways. And if you'd like, feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever heard any other political languages that may make you uncomfortable? Your story deserves to be heard. Okay, this is Stephen Lee, an attorney in New Jersey. I hold a live show every Sunday at 9 p.m. in Chinese language, answering questions about Chinese laws. Thank you.